Okay, so let's finish up our exploration of Liurnia. So basically, just finish off over here. Maybe go back a little bit. I did see that mariner, so I should probably kill that guy. Maybe go over here back. Just a very small camp that I saw before. And then finally, loop back this way, get that key, and go to the academy, right? Was there something else I saw before? It was like around here somewhere, I think. Well, I guess we'll see. Anyway, for now, let's just look around here now. Having a nice stroll in the evening. See some fire slugs. Nice fire slugs. Just murder them real quick. Whee! Kind of hard to stab them. Force back like this. Stab. You gotta aim it very specifically. Alright. There's a little camp here. Who are these people? Fire monks, I think? Yeah, the fire people. I don't think I've been here before. Interesting that, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I guess it's just like a war zone. You think about it. It's just multiple camps of multiple people of different factions just thrown about. I wonder what the fire monks, like, whose side are they on? I don't know. Are they just randomly here as a third party, or are they like mercenaries maybe for the academy or the Carrion Knights? I imagine, well, the academy uses the Cuckoo Knights or whatever, so they're probably more prone to using like mercenaries. So I'm assuming they hired the fire monks to fight the knights and whatnot. Maybe. Not entirely sure. Or it could be the other way around, who knows? Ow, ow, stop it. Give me a parry. There you go. Well, I should actually change... The spear thing is alright. I don't really use it like, what's the word? I don't think about using it, so I don't feel like it's doing much help, you know? But maybe it is. But actually, I want to put this back on. At least when I'm just kind of like walking around in the overworld. A flame cleanse me. I think it's more useful, you know? If I'm fighting a boss, for example, that can't repulse, I should probably remember to change it to the other one, but I probably won't remember. This one is an incantation. The fire monks create a fire within that burns away toxins. This incantation leaves the caster with subtle burns, a reminder that they must fear the flame. Okay, and cures poison and scarlet rot. Is what that does. I mean, there are a bunch of utility spells. See, that's the interesting thing about, again, the Souls games and Elden Ring as well. There are different kinds of spells, you know, just like in like tabletop RPGs. There's a lot of just like weird spells, you know. If you know anything about D&D, that don't really do like offensive, that is not like meant to be offensive, right? It's not meant to be like to use as an attack. When you think about like RPG games, you know, you think of Final Fantasy, right? Fire, ice, thunder, whatever. I mean, sometimes, I mean, there's a variety of spells, I guess, but usually it's meant to be used in offensive or at least in a battle or whatever. But there's always these little small spells. I mean, I guess alleviating poison, that's not like the most obscure thing in the world, but there are like different kinds of spells in D&D that have nothing to do with combat, you know? And that's, I don't know, that's interesting to me. Even though I don't use spells very often. But there are like utility spells, right? Something you don't think about like in a typical RPG, I feel like. I don't know. Or at least you don't use it very often. And sometimes, you know, there are like these like weird spells that actually don't really do much anyway. Well, I got Smithy Stone actually. I guess it's from loot. I don't know. Or was it the thing in particular that I killed that dropped the Smithy Stone? Because that's actually one of the Smithy Stones I need. But yeah. Just a bunch of like weird utility spells. Which I don't know. It just adds to the world, I guess. And that's what I like, you know, because I feel like Elden Ring. I keep saying Elden Ring and the Souls games, but maybe I should just say Elden Ring. You know, I don't know, because there are a lot of similarities, right, with the previous Souls games. But I'll just say Elden Ring, you know, has this thing where they kind of like are kind of a little old school, right? Where they try to capture the magic of those like classic RPGs, you know, role-playing games that I don't know. It's like it's weird because there are like mechanics in a lot of modern RPGs that have nothing really to do with like tabletop RPGs. You know, like or maybe not little to do, but less emphasis anyway. I feel like a lot of MMOs, right? It's always focused on grinding, getting end game gear, right, and doing raids and all that. Kind of focus on the like number part, right? But what I like about like classic RPGs is like being immersed in the world and everything, right? Less about the numbers. I mean, the numbers are they add to the gameplay, right, and everything. But that's not the main point. I feel like anyway. It's more about like making a character, right? That like you play as, you know, role playing. You know, you play as a character, and then you kind of like forge your own story in the world, that kind of thing. I mean, obviously, like real like actual tabletop RPGs, I imagine, is more about that because obviously you're just literally like talking, you know, on the table, talking to like a dungeon master or whatever, and then actually creating like a narrative and everything. In the video game, I feel like it doesn't translate very good because either it's like very scripted, you know, like again like Bioware RPGs or like I don't know, it just reminds me of like Baldur's Gate, like a lot of CRPGs, computer RPGs. It's very confusing by the way, a lot of like terms. What does CRPG means? Computer RPG, but like a lot of RPGs are on computers but are not CRPGs. So, but anyway, but those kind of like top-down kind of like RPGs where the focus is kind of like making a story, but the story is like very, I don't know, just very like narrow. Despite having a lot of choices, for example, I mean, at least in particular modern ones anyway, like Fallout and Oblivion, Skyrim. I mean, what else? Wasn't there like Cyberpunk? That was the kind of hype, you know, that was those games that was hyped for a long time. And it didn't turn out so well as it turns out. Whoops. But yeah, those kind of RPGs where you like play as a character and there's like multiple choices, like, oh, what ending will you get? You know, what route will you do? What kind of actions will you commit, and what consequences will come from that, right? But I really do feel like no matter what, it just feels kind of all samey, right? Even if you make different choices, it just feels like no matter what you do, oh, I'm dead. Wow, I'm just getting distracted and died. No matter what you do, you always end up in a situation you don't really feel like you're, you know, making significant actions. I don't know. And ironically, this kind of game, in Elden Ring, where everything is kind of like open world and there's no like choices in the sense of like dialogue choices. But for some reason, it feels better, you know, for role playing. Because I guess a lot of it's left to your imagination, right? Like how you make a character specifically. I mean, you don't have to, I guess. You can just make a character that does everything, which I find the most boring, to be honest. But I like having a character that's like very specific. You do like a very specific thing. I didn't do a lot of damage at all. Weird. And have like a particular playstyle. You know, for example, like playing a mage or like a warrior, or playing like certain weapons. You know, this character would only use these kind of weapons and all that. I don't know. That's how I play it. And you can't really do that if you're like, you know, the RPGs as much as like, ow. Because I feel like you end up in a situation where a character just does everything. You know? I don't know. Maybe not though, depending on the game. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I mean, there's a variety, I guess, build variety sometimes in other games. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But basically, I like the world of Elden Ring and how like it gives you the tools not just to play the game, but also to like put yourself in its environment, you know? So, can you stop? Can you stop, please? Ow. This guy's tough, as it turns out. This is like an elite enemy. Get out of here. I can't parry you, it seems. It doesn't look like I can, actually. I do some little damage as well. Stop. Ow. Why is this guy so tough? Stop it. I'm gonna try parry again. There you go. Maybe I've been doing it too late. Seriously? Get out of here. Okay. It wasn't reviving. I thought like it revived immediately or something, but no, it was just simply getting back up because I didn't actually finish it off. Oh yeah, this thing. Did I read this thing? There's like multiple of these like little sites. I assume it marks like maybe like battles, you know, across the world, right? But there's a whole thing about Godfrey, you know, going around the world fighting a whole bunch. I don't know if this was like before or after the Civil War. I mean, during this, I mean, in the beginning of the Shattering of the Elden Ring, in the intro anyway, he was assassinated, right? So I imagine this is before, but the Second Liurnian War. No victory for the Golden, nor for the Moon. No prize but atonement. The birth of a vow. Okay, I assume they had some kind of like peace treaty. I assume so. Okay, I assume these are like the history of the world itself, kind of like hinting to how all these wars came about and what happened and all that. I imagine maybe Godfrey, the Elden Lord. I think that's what he was. He was like the first Elden Lord or something. Um, he had a war with all these people, and I don't know. Well, I don't know. Can't remember exactly whether or not he won or lost from depending on like all the other like sword graves, I guess. But I'm assuming he bought all those. He fought everybody and then put everybody in like a kingdom or whatever. At least until the Shattering and everything went to shit. Hey, weeb, I guess. Excuse. 12:20 p.m. p.m. Well, isn't that noontime? 12:20 p.m. I mean, that's my time. Didn't you say? Was that a different person? I can't remember now. Didn't you say you were a different time zone? Anyway, it was daylight savings for me, so technically, I'm starting a lot earlier for me. Biologically, my biological time is a lot earlier. But you gotta follow daylight savings. It's almost 1 a.m. Oh, do you mean? Well, technically, you're 12:20 a.m., not p.m. You got that mixed up. If you're at midnight, you can say a.m., not p.m. Anyway, also turtle. Why is there a turtle? Is this a turtle priest? Behold, dog. No.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
Nope. I wonder if you could actually. You talk to some NPC, they would probably tell you or something.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The Shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erdtree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renalla of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erdtree of the capital and the Academy of Lucaria.
Okay. It's a representation of... Oh, that's what the sword thing said. They made a vow or something. So it's like, again, some kind of peace treaty. At least, from a long time ago. I don't know if it still, exists at this point. Where everybody's just zombies and killing each other, but Anything else?
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Okay. Oh. Interesting. So you can learn stuff from him. He's like a sorcerer, I guess. Big priest, turtle sorcerer. In fact, he can teach you incantations as well. That's interesting. All right. I assume the Golden Order, so that's probably from the capital. The Golden Order is the incantations thing, right? So it's the faith and the miracles and all that based on the two fingers. And I imagine the sorcery is from this area, right? The academy and all that. So this is kind of like a representation of like both, right? It's a mixture of both magic and faith together. It's kind of like what this is about. Obviously doesn't help me that much because I don't use any of these spells, but Okay, Carrion family. Yeah, the Carrion Manor is what we saw before. So a lot of these like spells are also created from the Carrion Knights, it seems. Just taking a brief look. Is Elden Ring fun? I would say so. It depends. I mean, it's a good starting point if you're a newbie, but definitely kind of hard to get into if you're not really into like those kind of games where it doesn't hold your hand. You know, definitely a game that's like very like open. Like you might not know what to do, right? If you play Souls games before, I feel like you'll have a better time because you have an understanding how the game is designed, like me. But otherwise, I feel like yeah, I see a lot of complaints actually. People who's like just starting into Elden Ring, they don't know what to do, and they just get really lost and stuff. I mean, I still get lost too, but you know that's because of the nature of this game. It's very open world. Erdtree incantations, restoring HP. Okay, support spell. I can't use it. Yeah, you can't use any of these. I also can use the scrolls and the prayer books if I want to. About Radagon. Hey Doge Taco. Giant, giant turtle. Yeah, it's a giant turtle. Or is it a dog? You know, there's a joke. I feel there's an inside joke in Elden Ring. We just call all turtles dogs for some reason. Is it like God of War? No, no. It's very different. You know, I would say it's very because God of War is kind of like mash, mash, mash. I mean, unless you were talking about the modern God of War. I never played the modern ones, but I played the original ones, the PS2, where it's just mash, 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 like action game basically. This is kind of like an action game, but it's more on the I don't know. I don't know how I would describe it. I was like, people say it's difficult. Difficult is subjective, you know, but it's more, I guess, calculated. You know, like you need to know what you're doing. But it's like all about. It's not just. I mean, a large part of it is also just playing good. You know, getting good. But also, it's not just getting good like muscle memory wise, but also knowing how to play the game. So I mean, if you're completely new, you can also look up a guide, I guess. But I don't know.
Lord Radagon was a
Yeah.
champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renalla in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renalla to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renalla aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Okay, we heard that about that before. How Radagon like basically broke up with Renella, went back to the capital, and married Marika instead. Godfrey, I guess, was I don't know. He was in the intro. He was killed, but I guess that's not the full story. He also was in general just like banished. So that happened to him, I guess. All right. See, I'm a real weeb. And you have any maidens? I mean, sort of. You have a substitute maiden. I guess she plays the role of a maiden in the beginning of the game. I'm kind of well, actually, like I played so much of Elden Ring. I don't think I even scratched the surface. But you know, the beginning of the game was like a while ago. But even still, I don't think I'm even halfway. Anyway, any dialogue? Let's see. More about Radagon, maybe. So Radagon has red hair. That's what I know about him. Apparently, he has red hair. As he had two wives at this point,
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored
or at least married twice. Anyway.
a famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Okay, Radagon has some kind of secret. Renalla, I always keep getting mixed up with Renalla and Rani. They're like two different people. Renalla is like I assume the leader of this area, the academy and all that, maybe?
You wish to know more of Lady Renalla? She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
Okay, all right. So that's the story there. So that's well, not for the full reason, but part of it is yeah, she's supposed to be the leader, but then the academy and the Carian family start fighting each other. So she, I guess, is locked up. I wonder what. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. She's a full moon witch and everything. She seems very powerful, but I think she's held hostage actually right now by the academy, maybe? That's what I'm guessing. Do we just go in and stab her in the face? I don't know. Anything else?
In the end, Lady Renalla was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Okay. Is an amber egg trying to resurrect something? Well, more about Radagon, actually.
You know, it's said that Lord a famed
Okay, same thing.
of the when he glimpsed the sky, and as such, it's
And also a statue of Radagon too, apparently. Like some a magic statue of some sort. Alright. Anything to do around here? Atone? You don't need absolution. Alright. I assume this is more about... Maybe this is like, maybe if you like kill NPCs and all that, you know, if you make them hostile or something. There's like a sin... I remember this in Dark Souls 1 anyway. There's like a sin system, right? It was a cool idea, but like if you were like killing a bunch of NPCs in your world, right? Just being like an asshole, basically. You would build sin. And sometimes if you, I guess, if you're like an invader, you kill somebody and then they use like an item, you know, to give you sin. Then you would be open to being invaded by, what's it called? The Dark Moon Knights, right? As like the police, basically, you know? You would get invaded by those people. Interesting. Sewing stuff. But invaded by those people because when you have sin and everything, and that would be kind of like your punishment. It didn't really work out, though, because, you know, invaders and like people who like intentionally get sin are like uncommon, to be honest. And even after that, they also have to be open to being invaded in the first place. So for example, if you beat a boss in an area, you can't be invaded. So often invaders would just invade an area where they already beat the game anyway. So it doesn't matter. They can't get invaded, you know, usually. At least in Dark Souls 1 anyway. I think they kind of changed it in later games. But Dark Souls 1, you could only be invaded in an area where you have not beat the boss. But the problem is that invaders often already beat the boss, you know, before they invade, usually, unless they intentionally make them, you know, themselves open to being invaded in the first place. But that's why Dark Moon invasions were very, very rare, and not a lot of people do it anyway. And I believe in Dark Souls 2 and beyond, they added an extra function, you know, to the quote-unquote police or whatever. Not really the police, but it's kind of like that. Where, you know, they would help people who get invaded by invaders and everything. Still not great. More, you know, there's more function to it where you're trying to like save the host and everything. So that's what the blue cipher ring in this game functions as. I wonder how useful that one is. I know in Dark Souls, at least Dark Souls 3, I remember there's like a weird glitch. I remember like just made it weird to like invade. Like the longer you play the game, the less likely you get invasions. It's just, like it's weird. At least with the blue summons. And I know in Elden Ring now, Elden Ring is definitely very much the advantages go way, you know, way towards, I guess, the hosts, right? So I really do feel like the actually makes invasions more rare in general because less people are wanting to do PvP in the first place. At least the type of the PvP that's not duels anyway. Some people like do one-on-ones or whatever, but most invasions anyway are supposed to be like, oh, the host is going through the world and suddenly there's a PvP player and then you have like some co-op buddies that fight with you and stuff like that. You know, like a whole thing. That's kind of cool in theory, as long as nobody's like doing some weird glitch, for example, where like, I don't know, you use like a buff that like glitches with a certain status effect that like, you know, instant kills everybody you come near contact with. Who knows? You know, stuff like that. Otherwise, that's what's supposed to happen, but I feel like, again, it's very much the advantage is on the host, you know, so less people will want you to invade in the first place. This is what's the point? You're not going to win. I don't know, anyway. Why am I riding a battle cow or a goat? It's a horse. Come on, it's a horse. It's a horse named Torrent. It's Torrent, okay? It's not a goat. Let's see. That was the Church of Vows, by the way. Oh, what's over here? I'm not sure what that is, actually. Let's check that out first. I want to check more of the north. Once I do that, Maybe loop back to the south. Guess we'll see. Yeah, Elden Ring is very open world. It's like Skyrim, except, you know, it's funny because that's the joke for the longest time. It's like Skyrim, except it's good, you know, except that it's good. No, what's the joke? You know, it used to be people compare everything to Skyrim. Like any kind of open world game is Skyrim, whatever. Skyrim, but with guns or something. Ooh, Grace, actually. But now, these days, I think people compare it to Breath of the Wild, you know, actually. It's like Breath of the Wild, except da-da-da-da. I guess in this game, it would be like, you know, Elden Ring. It's like Breath of the Wild, except there's no weapon durability, you know? That's the biggest change, I feel like. There used to be, actually, in the other Souls games. It was usually inconsequential, though. Because, you know, durability is basically, you know, when your weapon breaks or whatever. But it would be pretty easy to repair it, and most weapons have high durability. The only unique kind of weapon, like I think I mentioned before, was crystal weapons that would, like, break permanently, and you couldn't repair them, you know? That's the only thing. Otherwise, most weapons, doesn't really matter. I know in Dark Souls 2, though, there was I remember, actually, I played the PC version of Dark Souls 2. It had, like, a weird glitch tied to the frame rate. So if you play it on 60 FPS, your durability would just, like, for whatever reason, degrade twice as fast, you know? So you just swing a weapon at the wall, and suddenly your weapon broke, you know? That sucked. They fixed it. Well, I don't know if they fixed it entirely. I know they changed it back in Dark Souls 3, so weapon durability wasn't all that much of an issue anymore. And in Elden Ring, I don't think they have any weapon durability as far as I know. Maybe there's a specific weapon that has some kind of durability mechanic to it, but otherwise, it's just nothing. No durability to speak of, but who cares, you know? Missed all of it. Good. Ow. I'm doing fire moves. Can I just parry you real quick? Come on. There you go. That's a lot of questions, Dogestock, though. That's so much questions. All I can say is that it's just a magic horse. It's just magic. Don't worry about it. What did I get, actually? I got Flame Mace? Actually, I should do the thing again where I like this, that. All the way up. What is this? Monk's Flame Mace. Yeah, that's the mace he's using. Warhammer made to resemble flickering flames, signature weapon to fire monks who hail from the mountaintops of the giants. Yeah, that was mentioned like multiple times already. Has a unique strong attack. Its skill though is just kicking. It just kicks, but okay. And then what? Unique. It's like oop, 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 oop. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can kick with it. It says that's a unique strong attack. Does it rouses fiery combatants? Okay, it doesn't actually shoot flame, you know, even the cost of flame. I thought it was gonna shoot flames or something, but no. It's just like whoop. It's just a very specific type of heavy attack. I guess that's why they do it. The fire monks love to do that. They love rhythm, I guess. They're like all drummers. They like to beat their chest, they like to stomp their feet or something. I don't know. Why do I have a pokey sword, not a cutty sword? You know, because it's fun, actually, to use different kinds of weapons. If, for example, I mean, every person's... Well, again, it depends. If you play a game a certain way. But how I like to play a game is use a certain weapon, you know? I might change my weapon, maybe if I see a really cool one, but generally speaking, in this game, I mean, as long as you have the stats for it anyway, you kind of build your character in any way you want. It's kind of part of the fun, you know? And it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Diablo. Diablo and Path of Exile, which I played a little bit of in the past. But I like this, you know, I like this better because when you make a build, it's not just like, you know, pressing buttons and you watch numbers go up in a slightly different way, which I feel like is how it is in a lot of those kind of games, you know, Path of Exile and Diablo. You know, this kind of like using a different weapon changes your kind of style, right? The way you attack, you know, your range, your damage and all that. I really like that, you know, because when you actually change your weapon, you actually change. It's like you're like a fighting game character, right? You kind of change your entire like combat style, so which is really cool. I like that. Adds like a unique flavor to your playthroughs if you want to make multiple characters, for example. And some people just stick to like one weapon, you know. They're like, oh, I have this favorite weapon I want to use, and they just use it forever, you know. And that's kind of cool, you know. Again, more like significant choices. I feel like in this kind of game and in other games, you know. I think I mentioned this before, but I always go on a Borderlands rant. But you know, Borderlands, that game has like a lot of guns, for example, and everything. But the problem with that game is that there's too many guns that are just way too similar, right? Here's a gun that shoots slightly faster. Here's a gun that does slightly more damage, you know, but it's all the same animation. So who cares, you know? I don't know. In particular, like doing these different kinds of animation, that's the cool part, I feel like, you know? Not just different looking weapons, though that's good to have as well, but also weapons that actually, you know, attack differently, right? It feels unique when you use like a different weapon, like use a big sword versus a small sword and things like that. Anyway. And so Riverwell, okay. So is it kind of like Seal for our river? Also a lot of bloodstains, by the way. A lot of people died here. I mean, to be fair, I did also use a lot of my flasks as well. Seek behind. Okay, somebody says seek behind, actually. Hold on. Before I go down there, I want to check over here as well. Anything around here? You could double up one-handed blades. Yeah. Yeah. In this game as well, you can actually power stance. I think I did it in the beginning. Oh, what's this? Enemy? Uh-oh. There's like a stake of Marika here, like a checkpoint, basically. I don't want to just die. Oh, it's actually one of these things. I actually saw one of these things before. The weird orb thing. Okay. What's it doing? Oh, it's like artillery. Weird. Alright. Gotta murder it. Not a lot of damage, really. But yeah, in this game you can also power stance, actually. That was kind of introduced in Dark Souls 2. But this game, I believe you can dual wield like weapons from the same weapon class usually, and it'll have a unique moveset on the left hand. You attack with the left shoulder buttons. I think only specifically like L1 basically. I don't really call it an Xbox. I see everything as like PlayStation, but L1 you can like do special attacks basically. A little bit different. In Dark Souls 2, there's a power stance system where you can actually use different kinds of weapons. Also, my horse is gonna die. Okay, it's kind of annoying actually. Let's lose a little damage and like run out. It's kind of tedious. Yeah. Stop. You stop. Stop already. Come on. But yeah, in Dark Souls 2, there's a power stance system, so you can power stance a lot of things actually. Not just the same weapon type, but sometimes different weapon types. It depends though. Not everything is compatible. But you have like unique movesets depending on what the weapons you use stuff. But you would need like I believe the requirement was to have like certain stats to it. I can't remember the exact requirement, but like maybe 1.5 of the stats of the original weapon, and then you can power stance. In this game though, you can, you know, as long as you meet the requirements, then you can dual wield any weapon. Or at least, you know, the weapons that match anyway. And then you can do the dual wield combos. I'll count its eyes. Well, it has multiple eyes, it seems. Also, the eyes might also just be decoration, so might not be real eyes. Okay, you're dead. Wee. All right. Well, that was not worth it, to be honest. It didn't drop anything. I was hoping it would drop something. It felt like a special encounter, but nope, nothing. All right. Anything else? I did see the message. The message said like, you know, seek north first or something. So it might hint towards like some other thing before I go inside that elevator thing, but actually it was over here. Oh, item I think. All right. What you got? Dead corpse. Oh, Zerky. Okay. I mean that's useful, I guess. There's always those little like places you can use that with. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Use a katana. Actually, I haven't found a katana, actually. In this playthrough, anyway. I don't know about use a katana, though. Doesn't really... I don't know. For this character, they're more like a knight. You know, she's like a knight kind of character. Oh, okay, there's a bear here. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I want to fight this bear. This is just a bear who's sleeping. I fought bears before. They don't really... I don't think they drop anything unique. They're just a bear. Or, well, a really big bear. you know, to be fair. But we've already seen bears, you know? We've already seen bears. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah, a knight character. Yeah, I want her to be like kind of like a knightly kind of character, right? So I want kind of like knightly weapons. Again, I'm looking for like another heavy thrusting sword if possible. That kind of matches this sword. This is like a very different weapon category. I mean, I have other thrusting swords, for example, like I think oh yeah, I got this one before. Has an innate Ash of War actually. Yeah, this thing. But this is like a different weapon type technically. I don't think I can dual wield this. I have to use like other like rapiers of this. Interesting. Okay. Oop, oop. And then what's this? Oh, it's just this. Oh yeah. Homing Soul Mass, you know, is that what this was in the other Souls games. Anyway. Ugh. Alright, let's go down here. Oh, Automod caught your message for some reason. It just caught like big sword. I guess big sword is just too much of a euphemism for the Automod. In fact, let me just, you know, allow, I guess. Allow. I allowed it. Alright. Go down here. Does this connect to... I imagine not. I was wondering if this connects to Siofra River, but Siofra River is all the way over there, so this isn't reach there. But this is like a whole different area as well. Interesting. Rapiers aren't knightly weapons? I would say so. I guess they only very used... I mean, technically, it's very anachronistic, I guess. It's not really used, like, during the late medieval era. It's used more in the Renaissance, I feel like. You know, the whole rapier thing. But I don't know. It kind of fits. I feel like, anyway. It's knightly-ish. Because if I want to use katana, because the original thing I said before, if I want to use katanas, it'd probably be with, like, a samurai character or something. Like, specifically samurai. Like, wear samurai armor and all that. I mean, there's a samurai class in this game. Alright. Alright, there's giant ants. Say Mother Earth from any alien attack. You know, EDF. I don't know. Do I want to explore this area? I kind of didn't want to explore this whole other area as well. I'll come back. I'll come back to this area, actually. Just like Sea of River, I think I'll come back. For now, I actually do want to explore more of the overworld of Liurnia. I actually want to like hurry up and get to the academy, but I'm just too curious. I want to find all the things I can find around this area before I do that. But I guess let me just, you know, I should like make a habit of like marking stuff. So let me just mark this one as well. This is a reminder to get back to that later. And that's the thing about this game. Oh, not keyframes. Now let's go for some reason. That's the thing about this game is that, again, it's so open world. You can do everything you want. You can go around. You don't have to do anything, you know. If you find something, you don't have to do it right away or anything. You do it later, right? That's what's cool about this game. And it also can be confusing. Oh, a bear. Well, thank you. Just grab that meat and alright, and run past the bear. You can kind of do anything you want. If you go to an area that you can't really deal with or you don't want to deal with, then you can just go somewhere else. Come back later, right? That's the beauty of it. But yeah, it can be confusing though. Oh, these guys. Oh, I remember these guys. I saw their spirits or whatever in Sea of River. We're like minotaur-looking people. They aren't really minotaurs. They're like human, really. They just have the horns that make them look like minotaurs, but they aren't actually minotaurs. Bucklers are very knightly. Targes and shields. Yeah, I know the buckler is used more in dueling, actually. Not really in the battlefield, but again, kind of like anachronistic, I feel like. At least this kind of buckler. Ow. Ow, I'm gonna die. Also, okay. I remember these guys. These are not just they're not just role-playing as minotaurs. Or cosplaying as minotaurs. They also have very good sniping skills for some reason. Oh my god. Okay. Can't look at the map. I assume you have to keep going forward from this direction. Time to take cover. Gears of War style. Literally have to take cover from the snipers. How do I get up there? Probably not from here, maybe. Go around, maybe? I don't know. Probably shooting my bow, but probably not a good idea. Go this way. Oh, still hit me. God damn it. Oh, what? Oh, there's a few of these guys. Oh, something behind me as well? What's going on? Oh, walking mausoleum. I've seen those before. Okay, this is like not great. Right over here. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think there's 2 of them now? Is there 2 of them shooting at me? I'm not sure. Ow. Tactical retreat. It's big sticking, just a big arrow sticking out of me. What's that? What the heck is that? I don't know. I can't see it from here. It's just a random animal, or I don't know. All right, hurry up. Well, if they use a normal bow, oh, I think the way it works is that if they're really far away, they'll use like their sniper magic or whatever. But otherwise, they'll use a normal bow. Look, if they're not gonna go towards me, I'm gonna shoot them from here. I can't get out. I can't get out from under here because they're gonna. The other guy's gonna shoot me in the face. But instead, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Come on, come on. All right. That. Yeah, it's an enemy. Oh, okay. It's just this guy. All right. I don't know why he was facing against the wall for some reason. Is he just shy? Oh, I'm gonna get killed again. I don't want to go over here. Oh my god. Even though it's so predictable, I get caught in it every time. Like slow delayed attack. Ah. Really? That's different, I feel like. Ah. I'm using all my S's. Go away. The most annoying thing is the guy at the top there. Alright. Let me just get freaking revenge. Real quick. Come on. Where the heck are you? Oh, there's someone over here. There's another one over there as well. Ah, stop it. I missed. Okay. Oh, I have a knife, that's why. Really? Oh my god. I gotta remember to switch back to my rapier when I switch to my knife to parry, or riposte rather. Even though those are not really correct terms, you know, parrying and riposte. It's not how it works. It's like they're like they mean something else in the real life, but in this game that's what it means. I feel like, or actually, in this game it's called like just critical hits. I guess it's very vague. Anyway, here's a grace. I don't want to. I actually don't want to rest this grace. So just respawn all those enemies again. But let's see. Interesting. So you can go. Wait. But that way, yeah. Okay, that way's north. Hold on. Let me just double check if I miss anything over here. I could have kept going that way too. What's that way? Okay, that goes that way. What goes that way? Alright, well, let's go this way first. I just want to see what's over here. Oh, there's an item there. Okay. I don't know. Okay, it kind of looks bad. Alright, I thought I kept going for it, but no, that's it. I was wondering about the mausoleum there. Does it have a bell? Usually, I saw the other one had like a bell. It go ding dong, ding dong. This is very annoying, actually. This one didn't seem to have a bell. Parry and pulse means exactly what you think it means? No, I think parry means like literally like it's more like deflecting. It isn't like I parry you and you're like, oh no, you know, you don't do, that doesn't happen in real life. In real life, when you parry, you're just like deflecting the weapon, kind of like moving out of the way. And repose is supposed to be like right after, like it's supposed to be at the same time, really. It's not like, oh no, and then I'm going to attack. You know, it's like that is very exaggerated. Like parry repose is like, and repose is like you deflect and attack at the same time. It's like it happens near instantly. It doesn't. It's not like, as far as I understand it anyway. I'm not like a fencing master, I guess, but when I looked it up, that's what it means, I think. You know, so really, it's just like any attack. Really, it's just like if you attack somebody and you move the weapon out of the way, that's a repulse. It's not like, you know, you do like a special animation. You thrust the weapon right in their stomach or something. That's not. That's not exactly it. But anyway. At least, no, again, according to like real life, but obviously, in the in-game terminology, at least in the Souls games anyway, that's what it means. Like you do like a perfectly timed like block and then, you know, do a special animation or whatever. Oh yeah. Because the thing is, repulse is not always, if you don't use a thrusting weapon, then you don't stab, right? Again, you can, like, it's not really repulse. That's the thing. Okay, this one likes jumping. It's like a frog. Alright. Let's see. I was worried about that item. Where's that item again? I saw an item around here, right? You go back around. Where is it? Maybe over here. I remember. Oh, I didn't mean to jump. Ah, damn it. I didn't mean to jump all the way down here. That's fine. This goes back over here. That goes backward. I'm getting confused. Where's that item? I can't remember now. Guess it is. Oh, well, maybe it's past this thing. Stab my fist. Can't do that. Spiralhorn shield. Interesting. Let me just look at this shield real quick. It's making so much noise. Small shield antlers arranged in an eddy-like pattern. If used to attack a foe, the shield's antlers inflict blood loss. Was given to a Tarnished warrior who cultivated close ties with ancestral followers. Though the effect's only slight, it boosts immunity, robustness, and focus. Okay. Okay, yeah. Gives you better, like, status effect resistance. I guess the only time you would use it to attack, though, you do like a shield bash or something like that. Obviously, not super effective. Except maybe in PvP. Like a silly PvP build. I mean, I know like if you two-hand a great shield, it was very effective in Dark Souls 3, but I don't know. Alright, well, anything else? I mean, you wanna you know, make this go down. You do this by cleaning its feet, by the way. How would you time this though? Is it gonna jump again? I don't want to be like in its, yeah, I don't want to be in its like area when it's doing that. It's a big shockwave too. I wonder if you can time it as well. Can you time it and not get hit by shockwave? You just jump like a sweep in Sekiro. I don't know. Scrub in your feet. Oh. No. I mean, it gives you plenty of time, but. Me? Let me just get rid of your like toe calluses. I don't know. It's a manicure, you see. That's how it works, right? Oh, oh. Is it? What's it gonna do? Is it? I think it's sitting down. All right. That's all I needed. You know, just a little bit. Ow. And I mean, I imagine this is the same mechanic where you can duplicate a remembrance, which I can, but I don't know if I want to. I don't need to, I feel like. In fact, oh, I can't even duplicate. Oh, interesting. I swear I had the. It matters, but I do have the remembrance of the dude, right, Godric? Maybe it's different per location. I don't know. Anyway, maybe you can only duplicate the remembrance in this area or something. Oh yeah, I remember getting this, by the way. So we need a made of gold, unique item made to alter demigod attire. One of the two is brought by Radagon when he entered into marriage with Renalla, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carrion line. Okay, so when he first married Renalla. Even demigod attire can be altered at a site of grace. Okay, interesting. I know there are altered versions of armor, actually. They do exist. Can I just do it at any site of grace, actually? Does it just unlock the ability to? Or... I don't know. Do you need to unlock the skill of sewing, I wonder? If I need to level up my dexterity? Anyway. Elden Ring really wants you to be playing 8D chess, the gameplay loop. Like, do you mean like it's like very obscure stuff? Yeah, it can be. I definitely, because I played other Souls games, some of this is like kind of obvious. But not all of it. Definitely there are like a lot of mechanics that they might not get really immediately. But yeah, it's definitely a game doesn't hold your hand, you know. Doesn't tell you everything. Though I do feel like this game, compared to the other Souls games, is actually much more friendly to newbies. Even though people do, I see people complain about it, you know, the lack of UI and all that, lack of like quest objectives, you know. Even though I love the idea that there is no like list of quest objectives, even though it does, you know, it does make me lose out on some stuff because sometimes it is a little obscure. But I do feel like they have improved, right? You know, and became more forgiving, right, on how you learn these mechanics. I remember actually, I think it was in Demon Souls. Like I never played Demon Souls, but I've heard that it's kind of very easy to like miss quests and all that. But I think, you know, Dark Souls, I mean, later on, they just made the quests much more forgiving, right? So it's actually harder to miss out on stuff because there's actually alternate ways of like getting the things you need in different ways. So it's kind of harder to miss stuff. Though you still can, I guess, depending on what it is. Oh, there's another one actually. What the heck? Wait, well, is this the same one or? I don't think so. Usually they sit down forever, right? This is a different one, I think. I should mark that on the map. Actually, the one on here, the jumping one, I should mark that. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't know what to mark that as. I'll put that, I guess. Yeah, there's another one. Another jumping one. Okay. Might as well clean this feet as well. Clean, clean, clean. Clean your feet. Oh, get away. I think the shockwave can kill me. Have I played Sifu? Yeah, I've heard of them. Oh, I'm almost dead. I've heard of, because they're the same developer that made Absolver, right? Which also I never played, but I've seen gameplay of it. Looks interesting. I don't know if I'll play it. Maybe eventually. But it reminds me of God Hand, which I love. I love God Hand. I remember playing it a while back. I really liked it. But maybe. But not at the moment, because, you know, I'm kind of like going through Elden Ring. Kind of like 5 million hours of Elden Ring, by the way. This is like a gigantic game, so I don't know if we're done anytime soon. But maybe eventually I'll get the Sifu. How you pronounce it, Sifu or Shifu? You know, technically, if you want to be technical. Actually, how do I get in? Where's the door? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, another one of these, and I can't use it, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. Well, I guess I have it unlocked, I guess, in case I need it. Let's mark that too. Alright, so I have 2 of them, actually. So what I wonder, you know, because in the other games, when you defeat a boss, and you get, like, a boss soul, basically, on the race here, it's kind of limited, right? You can turn it into a weapon. I mean, you can use it for, like, you know, experience points, which is a bad idea. You can crack it, you know, for souls or whatever. In this case, in this game, it's like for runes. It is a option. You only do it though if you don't want the unique weapons, I guess. But otherwise, ooh, alter garment. Oh, here you go. Okay, interesting. Ah, all right. What if I want to alter this? Altered. Oh, okay. It causes 500 runes, I think. Can I alter it back though? okay, interesting. I can just take off the cape. Huh. Interesting. Alright. I wonder how many like alterations you can do with other different types of armor. Well, for now, I guess I'll just leave the cape off. Why not? Let's see. Let's see. There's this thing over here. Well, I want to visit that eventually too. There's obviously the Erdtree over there. Right. No, keep going this way. I wonder what this is. Alright. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I probably missed a lot of things still. It's less God Hand and more like Super Meat Boy. I actually would disagree because Super Meat Boy is more like a platformer, right? I mean, in the sense that, yeah, you get better as you play, but like, that's like a lot of games, you know? That's like Dark Souls, that's like any kind of game, really. That's like requires you to like get better, like muscle memory and all that. And I do like those kind of games. You know? Like Sekiro, I mean, I can't, any Souls games really, it's like that, you know? When you die, you get better, right? You learn patterns, things like that. So, I mean, God Hand, I feel like it's the same. I feel like Super Meat Boy, the other reason, you know, I don't think it's more like Super Meat Boy, because it's a platformer. Like, you jump, you don't fight. You know, you just jump around and stuff. It's more like Mario, you know? Even though, obviously, it's, well, depending, I guess. Mario can be hard, too. Especially the original Mario, but otherwise. I feel like the difficulty is, like, a little bit different. Every time. Delayed attack. Every time. Damn it. I knew the punch was coming. Usually, so sometimes they actually like slash instead of punch, but whatever. God Hand is like Dark Souls, but Turbo Mall. I would say God Hand is more like, I mean, it's made by Clover Studio, actually. And Clover Studio has now been defunct, but I believe most of the people from Clover Studio went on to become Platinum Games. So like Bayonetta, Vanquish, I mean a lot of other games really. Nier Automata, right? And wasn't there like the Legend of Korra game that they made or something out? There's a lot of like these kind of like action games, right? Character action games. There's like a lot of like cool combos and stuff like that. I think it's more like that, you know. Devil May Cry, you know, kind of like that, like Devil May Cry-ish. Except I feel like God Hand is definitely much more harder, depending, you know. Obviously, you can make Devil May Cry really hard if you want to, depending on what you want to do. Also, a lot of these guys here, by the way. My God. Hopefully, you don't have any snipers. Stop. Out. I hate these guys. They have weird delayed attacks, like bosses. It sucks. Just die. Stop it. See, it tricked me. That. Nope. Nope. I keep panic rolling because sometimes they do a slow attack, sometimes they do a fast attack. You never know what they're gonna do. They're crazy like that. Alright. As my frames die because of the windy trees. That's fine. Okay, let's go you next. Oh, someone just backstabbed me. And there's that tree! Time to find a big tree again. My third big tree battle, I feel like. There's like a respawn point nearby. I mean, there's this nearby, but sometimes a stake of Marika allows you to respawn to it nearby when you fight a boss. I can also fight by horseback, but eh. Actually, this looks different. Is it different? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I just never noticed. Like it's like these little boots before. Oh yeah, I forgot to change my thing. Can I change it in mid-combat? Let me just change it mid-combat. Because I'm probably not going to repost this thing anytime soon. Big butt stomp. Yep. Ah, damn. I was looking for the counter, but Let me heal up, actually. I was gonna do that move. Same as always. They all seem to be the same, to be honest. Gonna repeat. It's like this, I was gonna say, I remember people complain about the Smelter Demon, actually, in Dark Souls 2. I remember. People complain a lot about it. I actually didn't mind, actually. I like fighting Smelter Demon. I remember in Dark Souls 2, people always complain about how like some bosses were kind of repeats and everything, right? And I even remember there's like a, there's a Smelter Demon boss, there's like a big demon armor thing with a sword, right? It's kind of cool. But I remember in the DLC, there was a blue version of the same boss, basically, for the most part. And people complain about how like, oh, it's just a recolor or whatever. Or how lazy are they? They make a repeat boss. And here we go in Elden Ring, we literally repeat a boss like 3 times. I don't know if people complain about that, but to be fair though, it is open world and all that, so maybe, because of that, you gotta fill the world with a lot of stuff, right? So a repeat's not so bad. I mean, I don't mind, for the most part. Maybe a little variety would be great, but otherwise, it's okay. I do kind of wish they attack a little bit differently, though. This is the exact same one, so I'm just doing a repeat, really. That's okay, though. For the most part, I don't mind, because I play these games, like, multiple times anyway, right? So I often fight the same bosses over and over again. Especially Margit, by the way. Ever since I beat Margit, I've actually been fighting Margit in co-op and also with other characters over and over again, just to get better at it. So I am that kind of person that likes to get better at the boss fights. I probably don't show it all, though, but, I do like doing that. Kind of like, again, kind of like Punch Up. Oops. Forgot about third hit. Smelter Demon, Freezer Demon. Well, not really, because even though it's blue, technically, actually, nerd voice. When fire is blue, it means it's even hotter. So it's actually, not freezing, but, it's actually just stronger, basically. That's why it's blue. Shouldn't have done that. Bad timing. Up. Don't risk it. Just run. Oh, got stuck in a tree. Panic roll. I can't see anything. Good. Wait a little bit. Heal up. Alright. Now just kill it. Let's kill it. Alright. Wonder what it drops this time. More stuff for my wondrous physique. Physique? I won't say physique, but physique is a different word. Magic Shrouding Cracked Tier, Lightning Shrouding Cracked Tier, and Holy Shrouding Cracked Tier. Okay, Shrouding. Okay, so I'm gonna guess it's like gives you like resistance to like certain effects or something. Magic Defense, Holy Defense, stuff like that. Where is this? Key item? No, I guess over here. Let's see. Magic attacks. Oh, okay, no, it gives you a attack bonus, not defense bonus. Basically, magic, lightning, and holy attacks is your little bonus there. All right, not useful to me at all, but hey, it's something you can get, I guess. And I got souls, I guess. I can also level up too. And usually, there's not much. There's not much in items around these Erdtrees, really. All right, guess I'm done here. I stabbed the tree to death. Yeah, that works. Look, it was self-defense, right? The trees. Do trees have... I don't know, I'm not trying to say... I'm trying to make some kind of, like, weird legal, like, homicide joke. You know how, like, the trees even have souls? Are they even things? Or are they living things? I guess they are. I mean, you count, like, plants as living things. Okay, well, that didn't... Yeah. I've noticed that, yeah, some of them... It's weird, because I remember seeing, like, a scarab that was blue. It did drop a spell, but that one was blue. It didn't drop anything. I assume that gives you FP, then. Then I don't know, then. Maybe I am right. Because I remember seeing those before, and I thought, oh, it only gives you FP. It doesn't give you anything special. And I remember killing one in Siofra River, it gives you, like, a spell, right? So, oh, okay. Oh, actually, you're supposed to kill it for spells, but I just killed that one. That one didn't drop anything. So, I think it's just mana. That's all. Alright. Well, how do I... Actually, how do I get up there? I see... There's a cliff face. How... Leave the dung beetles alone. Well, they are scarabs, I think. Even though, I mean, as far as I know, anyway. I remember thinking they were dung beetles. This is kind of reminds you of dung beetles, right? But they are actually scarabs, as it turns out. I should hear something. What? Scarab ahead. Yeah, I hear it. Oh, it's right here. No. 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 Die. Somber Smith stuff. Okay, that's all. Not here. Peek south? I mean, that's just back there. Unless there's a teleport point. I don't know. Wow. So 40 frames per second. Amazing. Again. When is that PC performance patch? I don't know. It's never. I guess From Software abandoned us on PC. And people, people complain. It's funny. I always see all the time. I always keep searching for like PC performance patch. When is it coming? And people complain about it. It's like it's not working on my machine. And another person says, "Oh, you're just complaining too much. You're just whining. It works fine on my machine, But it's not equivalent because I don't know. Everyone's like PC is like slightly different. Just because it works on for you doesn't mean it works for everybody. And I feel like it depends on your like. It really depends on your like threshold for what's okay. Like if you're fine with 30 FPS, then it's like, oh, it works fine on my machine or whatever. Well, that's not what I want. I want 60, not 30. And some people want 120, I guess. Everyone's has different standards of what's okay, I guess. For me, I want it to be 60. 60 FPS, smooth 60 FPS. I feel like that's at least, the minimum. But I'm not getting a smooth 60 FPS. I can see a FPS counter. And it's saying like 40, 50, it's like going down sometimes. Depending on what area I'm in. It sucks. Anyway. How do I... Maybe I gotta go here first? I see like a path there, but... How do I get to that? Oh, don't fall. Yeah, 30 FPS. I know that, people... I mean, on console, right? Use 30 FPS. I mean, depending. I think modern consoles you get to choose between 30 and 60. How do I get up there? Wait, I don't know how. But I do know. I remember actually when I played Dark Souls 3, I had to like lower the settings. At the time when I had like not really good computer specs, I played at 30 FPS. At first, it kind of sucked, but you eventually get used to it, right? So that's why when people say, "Oh, 60 FPS." 30 FPS is fine. I don't see the problem. That's because they're used to seeing things at 30 FPS. Also depends if you have a refresh rate in your monitor, I guess. It's a whole lot of things, but maybe I go. No, didn't I go that way already? I don't remember. I think so. That's the way to that elevator, I think, right? Oh no, that's over here. Wait. Okay. Actually, I don't know where this leads. It leads down though, so I don't know if I want to go down. I want to go up, not down. Nah, whatever. Guess I'll search over here first. Oh, that's like a long drop though. Hold on. Let's see. Can I drop down here? Let me just double check. Oop. Using a stone. But yeah, we could definitely get used to the 30 FPS. But if you come from 60 to 30 right away, it's definitely noticeable. So. Ow, I did take some damage there. Usually I don't take damage from falling. Like, otherwise I usually just die or like I don't take any damage at all. But yeah, it's subjective. Okay. Over here. Change my thing actually. Get out of here. Alright. Oh. Hello? It's a night. Okay. Any way to jump back up? Oh, I knew it. Out of here. I hate these, like, bugs. Why are there bugs in this game? I don't just mean game bugs. I mean literal bugs. How do I use my bow on my horseback, by the way? But like it's moving way too fast. Come on, no, no. There you go. Can I jump up this way? I wonder. No. It's just like, again, these like little tombstone things, platforms, usually go down, not up. Well, let's see who this guy is all about.